this is the show everyone has been waiting for. We got Dominic and Cassie joining us. So we're actually the first 4 out of the house, including myself. I've talked to Lawon today. Hey, you gotta call it out for what it is. But I can still say, unlike you three, that I have still never been evicted from the Big Brother house. I talked to Lawon. Lawon will be joining us on Wednesday. So I'm going to have you 3 guys back, Lawon coming in, and we're going to bring in some past house guests. I know that James Ryan was dying to get in on this tonight, as well as June and Janelle as well. But I told them, nope, we got too much to cover, that they're going to have to join us on Wednesday. So that'll be a fun show, too. Most of this show is not going to be a recap of this night. Tonight, I only got to see half the episode. And it's kind of, everybody knows what happened. It's kind of irrelevant to you guys anyhow, since you're out of the house. We got a lot of catching up to do from the beginning of the season to Keith being in sequester for 962 days when he had no chance at getting back on the show. You want to talk about a royal fucking from production.
Oh, I know.
This month-long dream was dashed in seconds.
I also wanted to, we're going to bring up, and we're going to talk about, this is a kind of an opportunity for Keith to, reconcile the bullshit. Keith didn't get that great of an edit. He wasn't there long enough. They made him look like this womanizing pig. And Keith is a nice guy. I mean, do you guys think he's a womanizing pig? Cassie says that.
He's just a harmless flirt. He's like a little fly that just wants to land on you, and you swat it away, and he comes back.
He did more time running on an elliptical. I swear, I would sit there and say that I don't even need to vote this motherfucker out. He'd wear like a rubber suit or this plastic suit, and he would be on the elliptical in like 105-degree heat, and his eyes would start rolling back in his head.
With a garbage bag,
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, this guy's gonna fucking kill himself. He's gonna be taken out by the meds, by the medical crew. I'm not gonna need to vote him out.
You know what? Like Dick said, I wasn't a womanizer. I came in the house with a plan. I was looking to stand up.
His plan was to get into Portia's pants.
I wanted to stand my. It actually wasn't Portia's pants. It was actually Danielle's. But it
you think that? Oh, see, this is not helping your reputation there.
Oh my God.
So I want to roll a clip really quick. It kind of sums up the Regulators. So let's roll this thing, Fetus.
Close. Third person down and out is Keith. Cassie's down. And Lawon is down. Dominic is down.
So I share the library room with Keith and Lawon, and honestly, I feel like I can trust them right off the bat. It's game. The 4 of us are staying. We don't vote our partners out. Oh, it's an epic moment, guys. Regulators. You know what I did? Go Regulators. Okay. This is so sick. The Regulators have formed. My brainchild has come to life. We're going to regulate the house.
What years, you son of a bitch?
We're going.
I have nominated the duo of Keith and Portia for eviction this week.
It's exactly who I wanted to go up. The Regulators are here to stay.
Oh.
Why don't we? That's why I'm thinking I should just throw it.
We have decided not to use the power of veto on Keith and Portia.
Oh man, this is exactly what I was hoping for.
This is great.
Keith, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
I told you from the beginning I don't trust anyone but you. But I do trust Shelly. Nominate a new duo for eviction.
Shelly and Cassie.
Cassie, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
I've nominated you, Adam, and you, Dominic, this week for eviction.
I've been assured that I'm not a target.
I already had a deal in place with Brendan and Rachel that, I wasn't the target. I made a deal with Brendan and Rachel to throw the POV. They get the power, I get the safety.
I have decided not to use the power of veto on Adam and Dominic.
Dominic, you are evicted from the Big Brother house. Brendan, you are evicted from the Big Brother house. The next house guest to be evicted will have a chance to get back in the game.
I don't know, I think you have a better chance if you was to put me up. You know what I mean? I'll come back and be like, okay, oh well, let's play the game.
I'm okay with being evicted because I am thinking I might come back with some special powers, and guess what? We gonna sail right to the top. How you like me now?
Lawon, babe, it's your turn.
What?
But what he doesn't know is that there is no special power. I know. Lawon, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
How you like me now?
The winner, who received more than 1 million votes, is Brendan.
And everybody knows that vote was screwy too.
Brendan, you have won the battle. You are now back in the game.
The Regulators could be the worst alliance of all time in Big Brother history.
We won, though!
Yes! Yes!
I liked it. Thanks. Thanks, Dick.
Dude, you know that vote was fixed. Millions of people voted. Supposedly millions of people voted him back in the house, but they couldn't win a crate and barrel marriage competition by the same viewers.
This nose is for you. 3, the clowns of Big Brother this season.
Yes.
Now wait. Let's address what Keith is saying here. And there is a lot of people. First off, I have to remind everyone in here, including myself, that we still are under contract to CBS.
Right.
So we don't talk about production. We don't give away secrets or any of that. Talking about if we think that the vote is bullshit, I'm going to state my opinion, and it's up to you guys to join in or not. Okay. Here's what happened. I was campaigning for Dominic to come back in the house because I figured that Danielle needed the help and that Dominic would jump right back on the Danielle boat and help her out. She needed the numbers. But then what happened was Kalia, this fucking bozo that took over HOH, puts up, I don't even remember who the first two was, but then puts up Lawon as a replacement when the other side is, how fucking stupid can you possibly be? Danielle is HOH. She gets Brendan out of the house. Kalia comes up on HOH. She gets Lawon out of the house. Instead of going and getting another one of the duos out, she puts up one of her own fucking people. He ends up going home. Brendan comes back. So it not only wipes out Kalia's HOH, but you have to go back the week before, and it wipes out Danielle's HOH. Right. They fucked themselves out of 2 HOHs in a row. It was some of the worst gameplay I've ever seen. Now let's touch on Brendan's vote. Okay, nobody can believe that Brendan got these votes that he came back. I'm going to tell you why, and it's the response of thousands and thousands of people that I've had. Okay, I don't believe it is Jeff. You know what I believe it is? Everyone wants the fucking drama, and no one could foresee Kalia being so fucking stupid as putting up Lawon. Everyone thought Rachel was going to go home, and all the audience said, how funny would it be, how great would it be to see Brendan have to battle Rachel to get back in the house. And the other side of it was they want the drama. And with Brendan gone, Rachel's almost kind of normal. With Rachel gone, Brendan's almost kind of normal. With them in there together, they're a motherfucking train wreck. And everybody wants to watch Jerry Springer, which is, and see Rachel go in the bushes and cry. If you guys missed that, it's a great episode. You're going to laugh your balls
It was awesome. It was awesome.
But why?
Okay.
This isn't Jerry Springer. This is Big Brother. Why wouldn't they want me back in the house, go back with Danny, split the house and battle and go to war and actually see some real game?
Because people would rather see drama than game. When I've talked game,
yes.
I talked game, after I left the house, there were so many things set up and so many things that I actually set up in strategy. And, viewers see things as a viewer, and they just want to be entertained. Viewers don't see things like looking deep into strategy and why someone should go. Let's touch on you 3. The first 3 that I had marked when I was in the house. Keith was number 1, Dominic was number 2, Cassie was number 3. I knew you guys had something going on, and I figured that Keith was the head of it, and Dominic being number 2.
But was it that hard when all of our partners kind of worshipped you the second you walked in the house and they were your puppets without you even saying anything to them?
Well, that was when I was asked to go back and do this season. They told me that me and Danielle would be going back. I didn't know that Jeff and Jordan would be there. I didn't know that Rachel and Brendan would be there.
Right.
I've seen Survivor, every episode, not just season, but every episode of Survivor. And when they bring 2 people back, even when they did fans' favorites, you have to use that starstruck factor to your advantage. I mean, we were down numbers when we went in the house. You guys were so stupid. You made it so obvious when it was me, Rachel, and Danielle hanging on a banana, and Portia was the last one. And every single one of the newbies was cheering for Portia, and nobody said, "Go, Dick! Go, Danielle! Go, Rachel!" It's just like, okay, we're already in alliances. We got to pull at least one person onto this side. And Portia was the easiest mark for me to target right off the bat. And then let's talk about this. Let's talk about Cassie. Cassie was swearing she's going to call me out at the finale, up and down. I went to Shelly.
What is that about? I don't. Wait, where's call you out about what though? Tell me what though.
I went to Shelly and I pulled Shelly aside,
right.
And I told Shelly and lied and said that Cassie went up to Rachel and tried to make a deal for the golden key, and Shelly's face dropped, her chin, like I could hear it bounce off the bathroom floor, and she's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to watch out for you. I really like you, and I don't want to see this happen."
And she bought it.
And she bought it hook, line, and sinker. The whole thing was, listen, when you guys were in the house the 3rd day, going into the 4th day, looking around going, "I can't believe I'm in the Big Brother house," we already had all 3 of your demise planned out. And this is the difference from somebody who's played the game to new people that are going in. So it's unfair in a little way, but you still have to play the game to a certain extent to get yourself in.
My disappointment with the whole deal is that CBS chose not to show any of my gameplay. None of it made it to the show. It looked like I was sitting around in my damn bikini looking at the birds, and that's not how that went down. Absolutely not.
But Dick,
absolutely not.
Oh, wait, Cassie, who was the one that told you to go up and talk to Rachel, that none of the newbies had gone up and talked to Rachel the first HOH?
You did, and I said I'm not ready to do that.
No,
you
did.
I did it in my own time. I did later, not then. I wasn't going to do right off the bat.
Go ahead, Keith.
I couldn't run up there and jump and grab a pillow and ask for a life story day one. Just didn't feel legit to me.
People were telling me the same thing, but it's like, what do we need to go talk to the vets for when it's 8 of us and 6 of you guys?
Because they already had us. They already had 2 of us with them, and we should have seen that
And we knew they had a couple of them going into the eviction to keep his eviction. I knew that they had a couple of us.
Well, we knew Kalia. We knew Kalia and Porsche was gone.
Kalia right off the top.
Well, no. Let me tell you what happened with Kalia. Keith, you're the one that turned Kalia. When you went in the room and you called Kalia out, that's when Kalia said, "Fuck this guy. I'm not. Fuck him. I want him out of here." Right. That's exactly what happened. You offended her, and she got all butthurt, and you guys were. We don't need them. We're the Regulators.
But no, that's not even true, because you guys got to admit that before the Regulators were even apparent and before it was even obvious, the intimidation factor and the fact that you guys had your own partners that would not split up, so you had a strong 6 alliance, swung those people over to you guys way before the Regulators were even apparent. I mean, it was so obvious that if the pairs go up, Kalia was going to go home, and if the Cassie goes up, Shelly was so scared that they ran to you way before they even realized anything about an alliance.
Oh, Shelly didn't run to us. I went and peeled Shelly off.
Regardless, either way, it wouldn't have taken much.
I tried to peel Adam off as well. Now, here's a question I always get. Adam is getting a very good edit. People do find him annoying, but Adam is getting a very good edit. By the 2nd day, I was ready to punch him in the face with the bacon, the Tory spelling, the rah, and all the other bullshit. It just drives me out of my fucking mind. Am I lying here?
No, not all. But he's trying to impress you because, I mean, you're his dream date, and you have a shrine. He has a shrine of you up in his bedroom, so he was just trying to impress you a little bit.
Yeah, and he admitted to me. He told me if Dick was still in the game, he was the only person who I would listen to him. Or he tells me to vote one way, I'm going to do it.
Well, you guys saw how he said the only reason I play Big Brother is because of Evil Dick. He's my inspiration. I mean, come on, dude. Yes.
That was That was an HOH photo from
You would not
Kalia's
have
HOH.
caught my head up your ass. I'll tell you that right now.
I
You would
love
not have
it.
caught that.
More like my foot.
That was a Photoshop job from when Adam was kissing my picture with Kalia's HOH. I saw it and I'm just like, I go, dude, I got this picture when I bent over in front of one of my friend's face when he was passed out drunk. You got to Photoshop this for me. So that's.
I love it. I love it. That might be my wallpaper.
I do want to show you guys. We got some footage of Adam at his previous job before he went on Big Brother. So I figured I would play this and let you guys kind of catch you guys up. So can we roll the Adam clip, please?
So excited right now.
No, not that one.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
I love it.
That was my favorite. You never knew that Adam was the dancing Six Flags guy, did you?
Am I alone here, or does he look a lot like Uncle Fester now?
Oh, do we have the Uncle Fester picture?
He looks just like him.
Hold on. I don't know if he's got it or not. Oh, here we go.
Uncle Fester, there it is. Oh, and yet he still got farther than us.
Because I called that one first, and then when Adam started wearing the glasses, I went on Twitter and I'm like, oh my God, Adam looks like the Six Flags dancing old man. And I must have got like literally 500 responses or something, so we had to make that one up.
I love it.
Okay, can we talk about the regulators here?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing is, I want to, get you guys a little bit. I feel like I'm talking too much here. I look at the regulators as one of the most flawed alliances like ever, because with us in power, one of you guys is going home. You thinking that the 4, which really is only 3 votes because one of you is on the block, you need more than 3 motherfucking votes when there's 14 people in the house. You have 11 votes. Yeah, please.
The Regulators was established day one, and we all knew that as time evolved and it got further into the game that obviously things were gonna change within us. Obviously, when you go in there and you don't know anybody from Adam, and you kind of make a quick group, something. It was kind of a foundation to start with. Did we think it was gonna ride all the way through just as it was? Of course not. None of us did.
And it wasn't. This is not the brigade part 2. That was not our idea. That was not our intention. But as soon as the twist was said that we have to play in pairs, we knew who we're going up against. So why wouldn't you take one of each and just say, look, we got your back. We know that 3 votes isn't going to be enough, but let's just make sure that at least the 4 of us will stick together because we know we're going up against our partners.
Yeah,
this is also prior to us knowing how easily y'all were going to sway the other little minions in the house.
But
the jellyfish.
It was more than that. It was the fact that 8 of you didn't stick together.
We know that. We know that was the problem. And the funny part is,
you
when
only
we all
have
got
numbers
in there,
when you have 8.
When we all got in there, before you guys got in there, we said we're going to stick together, and everybody said yeah. And then once you guys got in there, Adam dropped his ball.
You got to have somewhere to start, and that's what that was. That's where we started.
And the difference in the numbers is we had 8 singles. You had 3 pairs that were not breaking up. You guys had 3 sets of duos.
When I was standing at the end of the first HOH banana hang competition,
right?
I would like to reiterate this. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I'm the oldest out of all of you. I'm the most out of shape, and I was the last fucking guy on that thing. Okay.
You're right. You're way better than us on a big banana, Dick. Sorry.
That's right. Don't ever forget it either. Oh, speaking of being on a big banana, can we roll the Dominic clip real quick?
Oh no. God, I should shut my mouth here.
Yes, you should have.
Always.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's okay, awesome. Who puts this up on YouTube?
I was sick. I was sick for like a week, and I couldn't leave my room. And I was trying to figure out how to use my.
I had to choose from?
I was trying to figure out how to use my camera. I was trying to figure out how to use the camera on this computer, so I just started rolling, and then it's a good song. I started jamming, and you gotta just move your booty a little bit. Come on.
So he ended up putting it up on YouTube. And
I did.
He's like, you missed the beginning where it says, "I've studied Chinese jazz and this and that for years."
Watch it on YouTube. It's hilarious, dude.
And all you have to do is do a video reply, and we can throw down.
He's his own PR.
That was like a year ago, man. That was awesome.
He's his own PT. What are you talking about? Okay. For a lot of people that don't know, PT means what?
Part-time
model.
Yeah, part-time. It all came down from the beginning because I was embarrassed to say I'm a model. So then people got on me and said, "You're a part-time," and then PT took off. I'm a model.
You what? You do?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay, I wanted to go to.
Oh, that was
trying to find out. I'm trying to find Keith's mom's email. Hold on 1 second. I think it'll be easier on my phone, actually.
So can we talk a little bit about Adam's deal with you? How he'd throw every HOH and every veto, and you'd keep him safe?
That was the same deal. I started with Porsche, and the deal was we'll give you the golden key. We'll give you the golden key. Okay, first off, the vets were flipping out of the golden key. Okay.
Right.
I'm sorry. Let me go back to the banana thing. I was standing next to the banana with Jeff. You were talking about we were solid alliance from the beginning, and really that's not true. After the competition was over, I was standing next to Jeff, and Jeff leans over and he says, "Do you really think it's a good idea that we stick together like this?" And I look at him like, "Are you fucking retarded? Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
I go, "Didn't you notice everybody cheering on Porsche on the banana when it was like there was 4 of us up there?" I go, "Dude, we're already in alliances. Big Brother put us in alliances.
Right,
and
exactly.
So if you like it or not, we're stuck together, motherfucker." And he was like, "Yeah, I didn't notice that everybody was cheering." And it's like, dude, you got to pay attention.
I said over and over, though, I said, I don't want to be dictated for me walking into the house which side I was on. I wanted to pick the people from either side, or just throughout the house that I wanted to play with based on their game,
your
their
mistake.
mentality,
But you couldn't.
their game.
That was your mistake. You have to see exactly what it is, and you just have to go with what it is. Because you guys had the numbers. You had to keep people round up. And you know what? So what? Rachel had the first HOH. So what if who the fuck was the second HOH?
Jordan.
Okay. Oh yeah, Jordan got it tossed to her, and then went back to Rachel again before it went to Danielle, and she blew up her own alliance because of the whole Dominic thing, and we'll get into that.
But not only were we screwed, we were screwed by the vets coming in, but we're screwed if it was 6 individual vets, like a half all-stars type of thing. That's completely different. Would you guys have stick together? Who knows? You might have turned on each other way sooner. But the fact that
of course we would. Of course we would.
Exactly. But the fact that it was 6 vets, that with 3 of you guys, 3 sets of vets, and you were stuck together no matter what. I mean, it just put us at an even more unfair advantage from the get-go.
But you guys had people on our side that worshipped y'all. Thought you were
worshipped,
like demigods.
like bent over worshipped, like unbelievable.
They couldn't put that aside and play the game based on what was smart for the game. They were so up y'all's asses.
Hey,
so we were doomed.
But we were down 2 people. You guys were up 2 people.
But you really weren't down 2 people because you had 2 people that worshipped you.
Blame the ones that switched.
Hey, it was you guys. It was up to you guys to convince your own alliance that fuck these guys. If we're gonna get through this, we got to kick their ass and we got to start picking them off. And for me, looking back in the game right now and still seeing Jeff and Jordan together and Brencho coming back, there's still 2 since I left. How I mean, none of the newbies has broken up anybody.
Nothing.
They have not evicted one motherfucking vet yet. And the game is half over.
I asked when Dom won Power Veto, I tried to talk Jeff and Jordan. I said, let's make a big fucking move here and let's get Brandon and Rachel. Let's backdoor them right now.
Well, backdoors aren't such a good idea.
So I got backdoors.
This is where Danielle's game has been very, very flawed. I believe it's gonna happen again this week, where she's counting on votes and believing people that are bullshitting her, and everything's blowing up in her face. Now this week she's got you guys caught up yet? It's Shelly and
Adam.
Who the hell is it? No,
Adam
the replacement nom. Oh, she hasn't replaced him yet.
Yeah, she hasn't. Yeah.
But she's talking about replacing him with Brendan and thinking that Brendan's going to go home. But Adam, basically bringing himself off the block, is going to be the swing vote, and it looks like he's jumping around up and down in the purple room with the rest of them. He ain't going to do shit that Danielle and Kalia want. They're fucking out.
Yeah.
So,
but really quick, going back.
Shame. I told all of the new people, Dom and I both, that we have to stick together because otherwise, you six, the three duos, we're just going to skate to the end. And
let's go back to like a crucial point where we had our numbers.
That's why I so hard to keep Keith in the house because I knew that Keith was one of the only other people with the audacity and the balls to put one of those couples up.
Why do you think that he went home first?
That's why I campaigned so hard. Because he acted like an idiot. He knows that.
Let's hear from the idiot.
Come on. Listen. We love you, but you acted like an idiot. You know it.
Whatever. The thing was, I know the three of us will be the only ones that would put up the vet. We had the numbers. That's what it's all about.
Like, I think one of the most crucial parts in the game where we had the numbers...
Wait a minute. Is that all you got to fucking say, motherfucker? Everybody's calling you an idiot. That's like terrible gameplay. All you want is a player in the house, and you got one motherfucking sentence to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick, you know how I am, man. It's just, it is what it is. It was bogus.
He's a great guy, honestly. He's a great guy, and he knew what needed to be done, but unfortunately, his emotions ran a little high that night, and he got a little crazy and scared some people off. But they were going that way anyhow, so it's
Let me ask you a question. You came in saying that you were a matchmaker. Is there any truth to that whatsoever?
Absolutely not. I work in corporate America. I'm a regional human resources manager, and I just didn't want anybody to know that I deal with people, emotions, personalities. I do that I do Big Brother on a 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week basis. And if
and he's
everyone
really
would
good
have known
at
that,
his job, obviously.
Yeah, because I paired Kalia and Portia right off the top. I picked them right off. I knew what they were doing. I knew that they were, fishing and talking about behind our backs and trying to get a line.
Wait. Kalia wasn't doing shit. Nobody gave a fuck about Kalia. Kalia was on Slop the first week, and she slept the whole fucking time.
And
all she did was just yammer on and on and on and on. Oh, as long as we're talking about...
A big part of Kalia, I think that where I made a huge mistake was she came to me in the pool one day and was like, hey, honestly, do you think if me and Lawon go up, would I go home? And I don't know why. I was like, yeah, you'd probably go home because everyone likes Lawon and right off the bat. And I wasn't even thinking, Lawon. I wasn't even thinking I just opened my mouth, talked too much. And I think at that point, Kalia realized she needed to go make a deal. And I don't know if that's when it happened or whatnot, but I definitely, opened my mouth way too much with her too soon.
Oh, here we got the...
Oh, jeez.
They showed this. They showed that on Big Brother After Dark, and I about hurled. I went on to Twitter and I said I would rather stick a baseball bat in the end of my penis than watch her shaving her twat. It was like so horrid.
And Adam would rather see that too.
Let me. I'm gonna catch you up on Kalia's gameplay with basically just kind of a summary video here. Let's roll the Kalia clip. This has been what's going on since you guys left the house.
Okay.
No, not that.
Oh God, that's
She was mixing in some apples. She was mixing the food groups in.
Oh, and let me tell you, that woman
I'm surprised you gave that video to her rather than Portia.
Oh, you have no idea. You have not been watching the feeds. The Kalia literally does nothing but talk and eat, and she doesn't stop talking to eat. She eats and talks. She never fucking stops. People are calling her Kalia the Hutt. I call her Kalia Shamu. You saw the bathtub scene. You saw the bathtub scene that looked like Kalia Shamu to me. And the last thing I want to see is that shaping of the vagina there. There's no more. And the other nickname for her is Kalia, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
Kalia.
God, you guys are cold-blooded, man.
Hey, this is the fans. This is the fans. This is the way it is. Get used to it, motherfuckers.
They gotta be your fans, then.
Trust me. I've been called much worse.
I love it.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's the fans are quite amazing, and those that clip and the Regulators clip were actually ripped off of YouTube. So whoever's responsible for those, we edited the Regulators down. It was like 5 minutes, a bit too long. But the Kalia thing was like somebody gave it to me on Twitter. I laughed my fucking balls off, and I'm like, I gotta put this up there. And that's also where I got Dominic's dancing video. Somebody put that up on Twitter as well. So
I haven't even gotten online yet. I need to check this stuff out.
Cassie, everybody's saying that.
To.
I friended somebody or followed somebody named Cassie Colvin on Twitter. Is that you?
Not me. I don't have.
You don't have a Twitter.
No.
Okay. Dominic, go ahead and give out your Twitter.
It's at Dominic Phillip. 2 L's in the Phillip. So DOMINICPHILLIP.
Okay, so I will
He's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take
Yes, he is.
your Twitter requests.
He's been doing pajama jams and and hashtag Team Dom.
I love it.
Giving him shit last night. Keith, did you make up a Twitter yet?
Dick, I'm still not set up yet. Facebook or Twitter, I'm not set up.
Come on,
okay,
guys.
so you have no account on Facebook or Twitter.
No, this is the real reason is because my 9-to-5 job in human resources, we're not allowed to be involved in any social media, so I can't have any pages like that or I'm dead.
Well, I know people get fired and stuff for all that
Okay.
shit. Do you have a Facebook, Cassie? So people don't.
You know what?
Because there's literally like I think there's probably about 50 fake evil dicks on Facebook, and you're gonna find the same. I know that there was at least 4 different Cassies. There's at least 4 or 5 different Lawons on Facebook. So you guys just kind of need to inform people which are your official pages. There's also fan pages that they make up for you guys. But you have to watch those too, because they'll come off and act like they're you and answer fan mail and shit like that. That just pisses me off.
Well, let me just say right now, I don't have any of that, but I'll let y'all know when I do, so that it is.
It's a good way to keep in touch with the fans and stuff.
Yeah, I'll get it back up.
And it's a great way to get made fun of by Evil Dick.
Absolutely. Wait until Lawon comes on here next week.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be epic.
What do we think about Lawon's move here?
What do we think about any of Lawon's moves?
Terrible.
I mean,
well, when Lawon didn't make any moves.
His only good move was his handsome pod. That was a good one.
He didn't play the game at all. I mean, he was out of the loop the entire time. He was like one step behind everyone the entire way. I mean, he didn't play this game.
He should still be in the house if he wouldn't have put himself up, volunteered himself. He was not a threat.
No, not at all.
Considering putting him up, he played himself totally.
It was we have a video that we'll be playing on Wednesday when we come here that takes the crown off of Marcellus and puts it onto Lawon for the worst move ever made in Big Brother history.
Wasn't he making fun of Marcellus at one point in the beginning anyhow?
Yep.
Yeah, he was. In the very beginning, early on. He's like, Marcellus, worst move ever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that was before the feed.
I'll be getting a hold of Marcellus.
Yeah, Lawon.
I know what he had in his mind, but unfortunately it didn't pan out for him. But he
had cookies, unicorns, and rainbows in his mind.
I still don't understand. I haven't seen it yet, but he thought there was gonna be superpowers, and he like self-evicted.
He thought that he was gonna get to come back in with powers.
What happened was this: Julie Chen announced last week that there would be a chance that whoever gets evicted next week would come back in the house, and the vets kept like going up to Kalia, going, "If I get evicted, I'm coming right back, and I'm coming back with a vengeance." And she's so fucking stupid that she got like, "Oh my God, maybe I shouldn't evict one of them. Let me evict one of the only people in my alliance. Because if he comes back, he won't be mad at me. Just absolutely horrible. Then out of thin air, Lawon says, well, maybe they're going to give us some kind of power. And they were thinking that they were going to get evicted, be able to walk right back in, and be HOH with no competition. And I'm like, these people are out of their motherfucking mind.
Exactly. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And why would you even go risk your entire life and self-evict like that? I mean,
it wasn't just to be put on the block. It was to be evicted.
It was to
which
go.
is unbelievable to me. Now, talking about really stupid moves in the house and in the game, we touched a bit on making deals. The deals I made with Portia to get started with. Oh, the vets. Right away, we're bitching and moaning about the golden key. This sucks. This sucks. Now we have to worry about this. And I'm sitting there going, are you guys fucking stupid? I'm like, this is the best lever that Big Brother could have ever possibly given us. So fuck who goes home. We need to play the people that we're allowing to stay. And we're presenting them with the greatest thing ever in the Big Brother house, a 4 fucking week pass to sit on their ass, not do a goddamn thing, and be safe. And in exchange for this 4-week pass, the Willy Wonka golden fucking ticket to Wonkaland, what we want is your vote every goddamn week. What we want is you to throw any competitions that we want you to throw. Where did you think those people came up with those things to throw? Speaking of throwing competitions, Dominic.
Yeah, I know.
You're on the block.
I know.
You think you're safe.
Okay, but there's a reason here, okay?
Well, let me ask you a question first. Okay? What is the point of throwing the POV if you would have won it? Why then you control the power? So why throw it when you're on the block? And we'll go back to Keith with this same question in just a minute.
Okay.
Because the deal was made with Brendan and Rachel. Their whole thing is they're on a power trip. They want the power in their hands the entire game, and they're like children. When they have the power, they're happy, and when they're not, they're freaking out. So me and Danny talked about it, and all it takes to make them happy and to get them to trust me 100%, give them the power. The deal was made 100% in, give them the power, they're going to backdoor, and that was the way to keep me safe. Now, was it a good move? Hell no, it wasn't a good move. You should never throw the POV. Obvious mistake. Newcomer, though. I mean, I haven't been there. I haven't been in, 13 POVs like you have, so right. I'm at a disadvantage, and I made the mistake.
You watched the motherfucking show!
No, he didn't.
Not really. Exactly.
No, come on.
I did and didn't.
I know you watched a couple seasons.
I watched like a little more than halfway of last season. I watched a little bit in the beginning of Jeff and Jordan's, and that's literally it. I didn't see any of your season at all. Oh, you're full of shit.
I saw we were talking about season 5, motherfucker.
Oh no, I did see All Stars. I saw all of All Stars. But see, and that was a big problem too. Is All Stars completely messed me up because that's not a real. That wasn't how the seasons really worked. And then like the whole.
That's how this season worked. You should have paid attention.
Well, I mean that's true.
When people come back, they come back to play. They don't come back to find somebody to fuck. They don't come back and think it's summer camp or anything else. That's the reason that I like All-Stars, and I like when they bring people back, not just on Big Brother, but on Survivor, because they're there to fucking play.
But you have to say that this season's a completely different game than any other seasons, because not only does the Golden Keys fast forward the game and shrink your options on who to put up, but then once you left, the Golden Keys handed to someone for free, one HOH, and you guys only had 3 people playing. I mean, it's a completely different season. It was a completely different game than anything else.
Yeah, but it was very similar to Survivor, fans versus favorites, where half of the people were fans, half of the people were they brought back were favorites, and they played against each other, and it ended up in the end. You think it would be a complete wipeout, but it really wasn't. He's looking at his phone like he's dialing up for some porn. Keith, let's talk about you. They had the funny dude. Let me tell you. Have you seen up until you left, at least in the show yet?
What happened?
Okay, they played. Portia also threw that veto. Okay, so we told Portia to throw it, and you had the genius idea to throw it. So they have her going in the diary room going, and Keith doesn't know it, but I'm throwing this competition. Then they flash to you. Is that Dominic's bare ass? What the hell was that?
I was leaning over to grab something. Stop dreaming. Stop dreaming,
me,
Dick.
It was a nightmare. And then they have Keith going in the diary room going, and Portia doesn't know it, but I'm throwing this competition. And, you know, it was back and forth. It was hilarious, dude.
Dick, I thought I had the numbers. I really wasn't caring. I just wanted to get rid of her. What I foresaw was winning the Golden Key. And then, you know, if the veterans came to me, I would have told them whatever they wanted to hear. And I would have said, okay, let's put up Lawon and Kalia, and we need to vote Kalia out because all she does is eat and sleep. We'll give Lawon a pass, so that's one person. Okay, then the next move, it would have been, you know, Adam or Dominic if they wouldn't have won. And then if they did win, you know, that's all good. And if they didn't win, we'll put them two up, and then us as an alliance will vote Adam out. And Dom will get his Golden Key, and then so forth with Cassie as well. And then we were going to be the final 10, and then we would start picking the vets off. That's the way I foresaw it. And I wasn't worried about. Listen, I wasn't worried about putting the vets up. I mean, I would have went right after Brendan and Jeff, and then you left, so that made it even better. So I mean,
I told you, I saw your ass dancing when I left the house. You're in the room, like, woo, Dick is going, fuck that motherfucker, and going up. And I think people got pissed at you because you didn't really know why I left or anything else, and there was a lot of I got a lot of fans out there, motherfucker.
I bet. And you know what? As soon as I went and I talked to Danny, we went into the storage room and I told her straight up, I don't wish any hurt, harm, or danger on Dick. And I said, and if it was really serious with him, the producers would take you out of the game and you would be going home with him. So I know that it wasn't nothing wrong with you, Dick. So I got right back into game mode. And hell yeah, I'm laughing. You and Danny are the best two people in the house, and I'm glad you gone. So now we can rule this.
Oh.
No, I told Keith on the phone. If I was you, I would have been dancing too.
Yeah, and
I would have been.
We were all happy. I mean, we obviously were happy, but it also kind of screwed up because then that's one Golden Key gone right off the bat.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't all a blessing. I mean, you know, it was also a curse too. Well, but the best part about that was Danny couldn't play in that next HOH, so you guys only had 3 vets playing.
That was a big deal.
That was the biggest point.
You guys should have looked at that as a huge advantage to you guys.
We did, but you guys had people. You guys had people throwing it.
We did.
Me and Cassie.
You couldn't pull it off.
Me, Cassie, and Lawon were the only ones playing. The other, you guys had the other ones throwing it.
Have you realized to this date there's only been 2 competitions won by any of the newbies? Dom proved that he could walk and chew bubblegum at the same time.
Run, but you know, whatever.
And then Kalia pulled off the I don't know what the name was of that HOH was, but pulled that one out of her ass when she needed it. And those are the only 2 competitions. Danielle has been eligible to play 2 HOHs and has pulled 2 HOHs.
Right.
But I don't think that her run is going to go much longer either. I mean, we're talking. I think it's going to end up going back. Everyone's so afraid of Rachel and Brendan. That's what this like.
So afraid.
Which is absolutely insane.
It's
absolutely
stupid.
Insane.
Why? Cassie, why?
Where do I begin? I begin?
How about if I begin?
The thing is, I wish to God that Jeff and Jordan had listened to me when I went to them and I said, y'all, I realize it's scary. I know y'all are afraid that if you get, one of them out, the other's coming for you, or if you get, the other big power couple out of the house, that the rest of the newbies are going to be gunning for you because you've got that relationship outside of here. I get it, but I'm with you. I can pull a couple more people. Let's stick together and let's get them the F out of here right now. Let's make a big move right now in this game. And unfortunately, they wouldn't go for it.
No, there's no way. I wouldn't have went for it either. There's no way I would have turned on them. I sat down.
And believe me, had I ever won an HOH, I would have put them up in a heartbeat, even if it got me out the following week. At least I could have
woulda, shoulda.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, I try. Yeah.
You have to be able to play in between the lines and not just pull off competitions. As everyone knows, the best player to ever play this game, Dr. Will, who won season 2 and actually should have won All-Stars, did not ever win one motherfucking competition and threw them so horribly at times, and it was so apparent that he was throwing them. He just did not want any of that power, and he relied on his charisma and his line of bullshit to get him through. It's
not all about in here because you don't know, like most of us, like you obviously have done it before, but for the rest of us, I'm sure, and most of us in there, you know, we haven't done competitions since damn 6th grade schoolyard, so I had no idea how I was going to be at stuff. You know, I had no idea what to expect. So right off the bat, I was like, number one, they're way harder than they look on television. They look like they've done sets, but they're hard. And number two, you know, I even said in all my interviews prior to going in the house, I said, you know what, competitively, I don't know how well I'm going to fare. I might not be that great. You know, I'm a little tiny thing. I get it. But it's the social game's bigger than anything else, and you're absolutely right. I still firmly believe that.
Well, Jordan won season 11 through sitting on her ass and being nice.
But not
and
being
eating cookie dough.
But she also had a partner that was 100% with her, too.
Cassie got the rawest deal out of everybody because all those girls in the house were jealous of her.
Let me tell you, it wasn't just that. That was Rachel's thing. And even through the edit, I saw it with Danielle, you know, when I watched the show.
Danielle wanted to push me in front of a moving bus, she said. I'm not real sure where that came from.
What I always say about you,
we'll
Cassie,
talk about it when she gets out.
I always, anytime you've come up on the show, I'll say that Cassie is not only like the hottest girl that's ever walked in a house, but she's also a guy's girl. She's cooler than shit. I'm sitting on the couch with her outside smoking cigarettes. I rip a fart, and she's like, "Oh, did you hear that one?" You know, she can talk sports. She'll bullshit with you. You're just a cool chick. So
that was my one thing. That the biggest thing of all, you know, leaving the house, it sucked. Yeah, it was a raw deal, but you know, it happened. The thing I was most upset about is I felt like through the edit, it looked like I wasn't doing shit in there, and that's just simply not the case. And, you know, thank you for saying that, because, yeah, I'm not an idiot. I'm not a dummy, and I was definitely using my brain in there. And I had stuff going and stuff working, but if it hadn't been for Rachel, I firmly believe, was I playing the game cleanly and pretty honestly? Yes. But what I want people to know is, what I want people to know is,
Shelly in our back pocket.
Can you get far playing the game that way? Yes. You can play the game different than it's ever been played before, as I was, and still make it far. I just want people to know that.
But part of the problem is, too...
How did you say that? How did you say that? You were
if I were able to hang around... Yeah, Rachel and Danielle.
But you always have to have to deal with shit like that. You know, I was in there having to deal with, I knew I was going to get into it with Jeff eventually because of Jeff's ego and because of my ego. And it's just a matter of like putting things down for right now. You know, and you talk about the starstruck factor. I didn't just have that with the newbies. I also had that with Rachel and with Brendan. Right. You know, who were shitting their pants, you know, all over themselves as soon as I walked in the place. Jeff, it was more like, you know, our alliance was going to be the evil empire, and everyone's like, oh, I love it, except for my daughter and Jeff. And Jeff was like, why can't it be Jeff's? I'm like, okay, come up with something. Jeff's. Okay, I think it's going to be the evil empire. How about E squared? All right, that's fine too. Whatever, I don't give a fuck.
And that was part of the craziest thing is even like the vets that I was talking to, everyone said, Evil Dick is insane. You should have seen his season. Like, they're just so scared of you and so fearful of you banging pots and burning them with cigarettes and pouring drinks on their head. And I mean, I never saw your season, so I was like, well, he seemed like a really nice guy. And we were playing pool and stuff. I was like, Evil Dick's a really cool dude. And they're like, I can't believe you're not afraid of this guy. He's a psycho. I mean, you should have seen his season. And it was crazy. Like, the vets themselves were starstruck, just like you said.
I saw your first episode, Dominic, where you're like, who is this guy that comes in here and is acting like he owns the place? And I thought that was his chick walking behind him, and then I did. It was his daughter.
Well, dude, you had the open shirt, you had the white beard just walking around, and everyone was just already bowing down, just bowing over to you. Yep. And it was funny. I didn't know who you were. I mean, I was just being honest.
And everyone's saying the same thing over and over is, how can this motherfucker not know who Evil Dick is?
Exactly. And I mean, looking back, that's my bad for not prepping better, but I just didn't know.
I just got a text message.
I knew you were, and I still wasn't going to kiss your ass.
I watched your season too.
I thought you were cool as shit, period.
Me too, but I wasn't going to side with you. I wanted to get you out of there as fast as I can.
Hey, look how that benefited you, motherfucker. Don't you think you would have been better off trying to side with me?
Well, now when I look at it now, absolutely.
Monday morning quarterbacking. You know, and the thing is like, I was sizing people up from the get-go. you know, and I thought you were a cool guy, but when you started peeling off, and you know, like you were the fucking man so far as the newbies, dude. I knew you had to go first. I knew you had to go first. And Cassie, you telling people that you weren't kissing my ass. You were like making dates to polish my nails. What the hell are you talking about?
Because you were polishing mine in return. You're polishing my nails. You're painting my toes. Don't act like you weren't.
I got a text message that says, "Don't forget to ask Cassie what she thinks about Shelly. Chad has been insane, pleading for you to ask her that."
Come on, Cassie, tell her.
The man woman.
Now the thing is that you really got close with Shelly the week of your eviction, and little did you know that Shelly was full of shit. So far as she already had a deal, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Let me say, was I completely naive to think that there wasn't something going on? No, I read between the lines that she had something going on based on some things she had said to me. But at that point, you know, some people said, you know, were you thrown in the towel? No, absolutely not. But at that point, you know, like I said, I'd thrown out the idea to Jeff and Jordan of, hey, let's take this opportunity and let's backdoor them right now. And they wouldn't go for it. And I knew Shelly had flipped. I knew that Kalia had flipped. And I was still debating on Adam. And then after talking to him, I was like, no, he's straight, but he might have some kind of deal, but he's not quite over there yet. But, you know, at that point, I was like, I don't have the numbers. I don't. And so, you know, Dominic encouraged me.
That's what pissed me off is you gave up and you conceded. Yeah. And you can never, ever, ever concede. And it doesn't take... Go.
They had gotten all
the There's always somewhere to go.
She didn't have anybody to back her, man, and you know, it makes no sense.
But she definitely had a lot of compassion for Shelly.
The only shot I had was Jeff and Jordan, if I could convince them that this was a good time to do something big. And when they wouldn't go for it, I was like, you know, there's nothing I can do. I don't have the numbers. And I get it too, game-wise. You know, Shelly, there was nothing really intimidating about her at that point. They knew they had her in their back pocket. They knew they could sway her. And nobody, I feel pretty confident to say that nobody from the veteran side felt like I was going to be an easy sway. So, you know, it was what it was.
And Shelly,
you know, Jeff and Jordan were afraid.
Shelly is good,
man. That they didn't get me out, that Rachel was going to, you know, flip on them and lose her shit. And, you know, so I don't blame Jordan for doing what she did. It sucks.
No. But, Jordan wasn't about to turn on her own alliance. I mean, you know, in the very beginning, that, you know, we're sitting there and everyone's like, we're outnumbered. What are we going to do? And I sat there and I said, listen, I'm sitting here with, you know, and I included Jordan in on this because she was sitting there, but you can't include Jordan in anything that has the word competition in it, or strategy or thinking. But you know, I'm sitting there with them, and I'm sitting there going, listen, we have Rachel, Brendan, Jeff, my daughter, and myself. 5 out of the 6 in my mind. I said we have proven competitors sitting right here in this alliance. You know, Rachel's won however many HOHs and a POV. Danielle ties the record with Janelle for most POV wins in a season. I've had 3 HOHs and a POV, including 2 out of the 3 of the 3-part HOH at the end of the season of my season. Jeff has I thought he had more wins at the time. I couldn't remember why I couldn't remember. It was because he only won 1 week and won the HOH and POV in the same week. But still, it's, you know, there was proven competitors, and Jeff is more of a threat as a presence just being there, because everyone thinks that he's like, you know, this macho guy that, you know, played football in college. He's a stud. He can win all this shit, and he still hasn't won a fucking thing.
Exactly.
You know, he won POV last week, and he pulled an egg for $10,000 or something, but that's not winning a competition. Jordan can't win anything without it being thrown to her. And going back to Rachel, you know, we gave Rachel the first HOH. Keith was throwing the POV with Portia, and the other team was Jeff and Jordan putting a puzzle together.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan putting a puzzle together? Come on now.
Not a good idea.
They were throwing it too. They might as well have been. So The only people competing was Rachel. That's why how she got the second one. Go.
Real quick, let me ask you a question. Why do you think no one's figured out Shelly yet?
She's a snake.
They have figured out Shelly. They're like slowly but surely. Shelly has been the biggest liar in the house.